turkey? That's what we're after. Look at that old son.
Redneck Outdoor Channel.
We're heading to Nebraska to go turkey hunting. We got a 6-hour drive. That should give Trey plenty of time to learn how to work a turkey call. We're in trouble. Dad found a turkey feather, so it's a good sign. They're in here. We found where there's been dust in a couple of bowls here. Track right there. Good dusting bowl right here. So there's a little turkey turd right there. A hen. So we're gonna maybe come back here in the morning. We're gonna go look at the next spot, but might come back here in the morning and try to set up. Well, we got on the birds anyways, but must have been 5 or 6 gobblers, but they pitched and went downhill. I was afraid of that, but we're on the edge of the public right here, so or else we would have sat up downhill, but private land down there. So there's another piece of public corner on the other side of the private, but it's across the tracks. I don't really know if they'll go over there, they'll cross some train tracks, or maybe they'll come back up here in a couple of hours. It's hard to say, really. But
Yep. They're pushing back in that way? Is that where the public's at?
let's back up. This is all public on the left right here. That's a whole flock. They're strutting out there now. Look how I'm chasing each other around, I'm strutting. Let's think about this now. That guy's probably up in there too. Well, we saw some turkeys in the middle of the road. And it's on some little piece of public land, looked like 40 acres, but we come back to the hotel and took us a good nap, and I guess we'll go back out and try to get on them. I don't know, maybe we can roost one, or maybe we'll get one this evening. We'll see. But it's a good sign that we saw some anyways. Found some that we can actually hunt, but patch here. But we know they're right over there, and I think they just got up on the roost. So there's a field over there that's on the public. We'll set on it. We'll set on that field in the morning and put out our decoys and call. And I think they'll come right down there because that's where we saw them this morning, was out in that field. So they should come right down there. We'll see if we can make it happen. I saw 2 jakes and 2 hens. And they walked up that hill. They crossed onto the public, but they went up the hill from me. They were probably 80 yards. Now, I'll shoot a jake. I'll shoot a jake for damn sure. I'd rather shoot a tom, but we got one weekend up here in Nebraska, so I'm trying to fill my tag. But maybe we'll get one, come back in the morning. Well, couldn't get one called in this morning. They stayed right up on that private, and I got to looking on the map, and it said a mistress owned that, and so I saw right across the road over there was next mile section over was also a mistress owned it. The same guy it looked like, and his house was there, so we figured we'd drive on around there, and thought, well, might as well ask him anyways. Worst he can say is no. And he said we can hunt it this evening. He said today only. He said he's got other people that like to hunt and stuff, so we can hunt today only. And so we'll try and come back this evening. I don't know. I mean, worst we can do is not get one. Kind of a last hurrah, I guess. But worth a shot.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, kind of a walk of shame this evening here. The sun's going down, and what happened was we got This little piece here is 40 is public, but we sat this morning and the birds never come on it. They stayed on that. We're back in that timber back there. And did you hear one? Me either. They stayed back in that timber this morning. We could get them to come in. And that timber back there is private, so we found out who the landowner was and drove around the block and found this place there, and he happened to be out messing around the place, and so we said, got out and talked to him. Hey, how's it going? And he told us we could hunt that today only. He said, just today. You guys can go back in there today, but I got some other people that like to hunt and stuff, so probably just today. And so we said, okay, appreciate it anyway. So we figured, well, it sucks because we already had our morning hunt, so we'll try to go up in there this evening. It was around noon. We was talking to him, and so we come back in here and kind of a last hurrah kind of thing with me and old Trey. We just kept pushing and pushing. And Dad's on the other side of the creek there, and we kept pushing, and then we'd hear them gobble, and it's way up in there, and so we'd push and hang out for a little bit, and then we got to where we had them on the edge of the timber over there, and we're setting as far as we could without bumping them, and they decided they was going to skirt that edge, which is just too far for us. What, we're probably 80 yards off the edge of the timber. We had them on a point. It was straight north of us was cut corn, and
the other one was cut CRP.
Yeah, straight to the west was cut CRP, mowed CRP grass. So we had them out on the point there, but they decided they was going to skirt that north edge on us, and it's like, well, away she goes. Away she goes. We'll try something else in the morning. Back to the first spot or something. I don't know. We had turkeys over there, but it is what it is. We got one last morning. We gotta go home anyway, so. Jay says you live and you learn. I figure we're doing quite a bit of living, but hell, I ain't learned much. All we need is a blind turkey come walking up this way. A blind turkey, preferably a stupid one too, if we could get that. I guess we might as well do some calling. We're gonna scare them off.